Yo, it's your boy Indigo. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Real Good News, where all the news we report on is real and it's all good. And before we get into the programming, I need y'all to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon on the side so y'all can get all the updates on the latest and greatest stuff we got going on at House of Vibes, and I appreciate you. Chill. What's good, family? Today we're going to cover two stories that hit the news recently. Both of these stories look to answer a question that has plagued African Americans as well as indigenous Africans across the diaspora globally. And that question is, what can we do to empower ourselves and secure a promising future for our families in a world that's dominated by white supremacy, European, and now global colonialism when you consider the rising power of China and parts of the Eastern world? Our first story comes in the wake of the recent shootings/murders of unarmed black men by the hands of police and the protests that followed across the country. The Freedom Georgia Initiative is a group of 19 black families that have recently bought a lush, undeveloped 97-acre plot of land 130 miles south of Atlanta, Georgia. The plan is to create and develop a city that will be a refuge and stronghold that black people around the country can call home. The story begins when Renee Walters, now president of the Freedom Georgia Initiative, called Ashley Scott, a real estate agent and now vice president, about buying a town south of Atlanta that had recently gone up for sale. Ashley states, "When we saw what happened to Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and the protest, while it's important to protest the injustices being done to black people, we needed to create a space and a place where black people can come together and become a village again." So Renee and Ashley reached out to family and friends to purchase the plot of land that they intended to name Freedom Georgia. "It's not exclusively black, but pro-black in every way," states Ashley. Over Labor Day weekend, the Freedom Black Initiative hosted its first, and hopefully not its last, Big Black Campout, an event that invited black families from across the country to pitch a tent and experience the newly acquired land that's just due south of Atlanta. The future plans for developing the land is slated to introduce farming, create a lake for sustainable fishing, facilities for recreation, and eventually develop into a fully expanded and operational city. If you're interested in contributing, donating, or just keeping track of everything that's going down with the Freedom Georgia Initiative, I'll leave a link to their website in the description of this video. Now let's get to the second story so I can twist everything up like dreadlocks at the end. Akon, the artist that blew up on the music scene with his hit song Locked Up, which featured Styles P, is developing his own city slated to start construction in his native country of Senegal, West Africa. Akon was gifted the land that will become Akon City by the Senegalese president and will be run by a cryptocurrency-based economy. Phase 1 of the project is expected to be done by the year 2023, and the entire project should wrap up by 2029. The city aims to be a mega tourist attraction that should entice people from around the world to visit Africa. "We're looking at Akon City to become the beginning of Africa's future," says Akon. "Our idea is to build a futuristic city that incorporates all the latest technologies, cryptocurrencies, and also the future of how African society should become in the future." Akon hopes the city will bring new opportunities for the people of Senegal, while also making it a destination where African Americans can travel and be free of the discrimination they face in the United States. Akon states, "I want to build a city or a project like this that will give African Americans the motivation to know that there is a home back home." Akon continues, "The system back home in the United States treats African Americans unfairly in so many different ways that you can never imagine, and they only go through it because they feel like there's no other way. As you are coming from America or Europe, anywhere in the diaspora, and you feel like you want to visit Africa, we want Senegal to be your first stop." Now let me bring it all in, family. Kudos to Akon and the Freedom Georgia Initiative for investing their time, money, and resources into developing a safe haven for all blacks to call home in the wake of all the police brutality and racism that exists for African Americans across the country, as well as the diaspora globally. With these two stories, we have examples of people actively working towards a solution. What we have to contrast about the situation is one solution calls for us to unite with each other in the home that we know, the United States, while the other calls us back to the home that is so foreign to us, the birthplace of our ancestors, Mother Africa. Which one works best for you and your family? Are you hitting the highway and hightailing to Georgia, or are you picking up that visa and taking that flight? Let us know in the comments section so we can have an open conversation about it. Either way, thanks for tuning in and listening to the real good news we got here at the House of Vibes. And if you like the content that we're putting up, don't forget to give us a like and a sub. Peace.